All right, Advanced Art, I'm going to show you how to get started on your one-point perspective surrealism room project. So what we're going to be doing for part one is I'm going to have you follow along with this video and do your best to teach yourself how to draw a bedroom or dining room, living room, whatever you want it to be, using correct one-point perspective techniques. Here's a quick little example I was practicing with earlier today. So the goal of this is to have the vanishing point all the way in the back in the center of your paper rather than have two, which is 2-point perspective. So we're just going to focus with one, and I want to show you the easiest way to set up your paper so that way you don't have too much of a hassle. So I'm using just a standard piece of printer's paper. It's 8.5 by 11 inches. I have my eraser, my drawing pencil, and my ruler. So the first thing we need to do is we need to find the center of our paper. And here's a really easy way to do that. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to put 0 at the left bottom side of my paper. And you're going to see that it's 11 inches across. So half of 11 is 5.5. So I'm going to make a mark at 5.5 inches on the bottom. And then I'm going to make a mark at 5.5 inches on the top of my paper. And then I'll line up my ruler with those 2 points. Let me adjust. There we go. We'll put 0 right at the top. And you're going to notice that our paper is 8.5 inches down. So if you're using a different size paper, you're going to want to find the halfway point from the top to the bottom. So half of 8.5 is 4 1/4. So I'll put a little mark there. And that's the center of my paper. Let me draw that a little bit darker for you to see. So that's step one. Find the center of your paper. Feel free to pause and rewind that if you need any more practice with that. So the next step is to connect the center of our paper to all 4 corners. So the easiest way to do this is just take your ruler. I'm going to flip it over. It's going to slide a little bit easier. And put your pencil in the center. Line it up with the whatever corner you want to do first, upper left corner, and just lightly draw a line to that corner. Let me redo that a little bit darker so you guys can see it, but practice good drawing skills. Draw very, very lightly at first until you know you got it right. There we go. It's a little bit easier to follow. So then take that same line, connect it to the corner, the opposite corner, just like that. And then I will connect it to the upper right and the bottom left corner. So that way it's going to be like a giant X crossing through my paper. Take your time with that. There we go, just like that. So the goal is to create ignore the fun little monster's head there, to create this wall here. Okay, so a really easy way to do that, to make sure that your walls are really even, is to take your ruler, and I'm going to work with 3 inches. So I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to put the 3, and I'm going to go this way first. Put the 3 right on that center point. So that way, I'm going to make a mark 3 inches up this line. So I'll count 1, 2, 3. And then 3 inches down this line. 1, 2, 3. Make a little mark. And then I'm going to do that on the left side and the upper right side. So put 3. Let's make sure we can see. There we go. Count down on the left. 1, 2, 3. Make a mark. And then count up. 1, 2, 3. And make a mark. And there we go. So the next step is going to be to just connect your 4 points you just made nice and lightly to create the back end of our room that we're going to design. And then once you have that, you can go ahead and erase the excess lines in the middle of our room like this. So we don't need them there. So that way we have the floor, the ceiling, the left side of the room, and the right side of the room. So part 2, I'm going to show you how to do a couple of different furnishings such as windows, doors, tables, and a couple other features just like that. All right, here's part 2. So I'm going to teach you how to draw several different furnishings using the correct one-point perspective style. Now, you do not have to use every single thing that I do in this project. You can add whatever kind of tables, beds, furniture, shelves on the wall, windows, television sets, whatever you want to do. But you're going to have to draw them using correct one-point perspective. So let's start with drawing a window on the left side, and let's put a door on the right side. So let me really quickly just darken up this line just so you can see it a little bit easier, like that. So all you need to remember is this. Let's use a window for example. So the left and right side of the window are going to be straight up and down. Those lines are going to be parallel with the edge of our paper, while the top of the window and the bottom of the window are going to connect to the vanishing point. So to get started with that, whoops, there we go, tripod. We can do a little bit better than that. Hold on, there we go. So to get started with that, on the left side here, I'll take my ruler, and I'm just going to draw a vertical line. However tall you want it to be, just like that. Now, I'm going to take the bottom and the top, and I'm going to connect them to the vanishing point. So hopefully this sounds familiar for those of you who remember the 2-point perspective city in art class. So take the top, and I don't need to draw it all the way there because the window is on this wall right here. So I'm just going to draw this line just a little bit ways, as deep as I want my window. And then take the bottom, connect it to the vanishing point. See, my ruler is touching the bottom of the window and the vanishing point. And then connect the top to the bottom. I'm just going to freehand this just like that. So that's the basic shape for starting a window, and that could be a painting on the wall, it could be a flat screen TV on the wall, but it's the basic idea. So the left side and the right side are just straight up and down lines, and the top and the bottom are going to the vanishing point. Now, if we were to do a door on the right side, let's do the exact same thing, but instead of having it be in the middle of the wall, let's just start it down here. So I'm going to figure out where I want my door to start. I'm going to draw a vertical line going up. Now, since the door is on the floor, the bottom of it's already going to the vanishing point. So all I need to do is take the top, connect it to the vanishing point, however long I want my door, just like that, and then take that point and connect it down to the bottom of my room. And that is a great start for a door. And you could put 2 windows on either side. It's really up to you. Couple other things. If you want to add, let's say, a rug on the floor, or let's say you want to do wood paneling on the floor, all you would do is you're going to start at this point here. Let's add a rug for right now, and then we can make a pattern on it for later. So all you're going to do is you're going to draw a line from this point down to here. So just watch this. Let's make this rug pretty big. So I don't need to draw until I hit to this point. So I'm going to get down here and draw a line, but as long as it's going to the vanishing point, I'm okay. And then draw a line on this side. And then just however wide you want it, draw a line just like that. And then if you have any extra lines, just give them an erase. And there we go. That could be a rug on the floor. It could be whatever we wanted. If we want to